everyone together.
The literal move?
Nah,
man. That pick.
Pass.
Oh,
Irithel.
This is a classic GEEK fam strategy.
Yeah.
Irithel Angela, Irithel Baxia. All the combos available, all the slows available for the catch-up. EVOS, they gotta find something, and something that can't really only be dealt with a Purifier.
And again, I feel like here, Super Red will play weak side again against Irithel and the Angela, so he's going to be left alone in his own devices, and the Irithel does kind of excel in the first few minutes of the laning phase, especially when you have an Angela behind you in the box. You are constantly rolling, putting up the threats, and it's going to be a Paquito. They really want to try to match the split push, and you know, the side lanes, they want to keep it going. And the Ruby will go in the hands of Luke the next peak.
It's a great strategy here to put the Paquito in the hands of Veldora. We were hyping up his mechanical prowess, his aggression. Now it's time for him to, after talking the talk, walk the walk, going up in a matchup against Luke. You know, one of the notorious aggressive EXP laners. We'll have to see how that matchup goes. But of course, keep in mind, at any second, the Novaria damage can come through. The hard guard can swing the tides in balance of GEEK, which leads me to believe that they have a lot more ways to really surprise EVOS glory. So EVOS gotta be on their toes.
Yep. The frontliners peaking, of course, for EVOS. It's much more flexible for them to engage in this fights. But here we go to the Land of Dawn once again. And the final match of today, game 1. GEEK fam and EVOS glory both eyeing their first victory. Who is it gonna be? Either GEEK fam or EVOS glory.
1-0 has to go, and for both teams, they hope it's their O. Ray in the jungle, proving grounds for the new jungler of GEEK fam.
Yeah, hasn't really been smooth sailing for him with the losses given to him, but it's how he is going to respond with Vanstrong. Oh, he's just camping behind there. As now, Loiski again, level 1, still pushing up, trying to help shove this wave up. Warlord with kind of a little bit of pressure there. So far, not much action given, but for GEEK fam, they really want to enable a boy in that mid lane.
Vanstrong walking up, Beloyski and Boy try to go for a cheeky invade there. I don't think they would have been able to actually clear that out anyways, but it is an attempt. There was an attempt there. Van now looking for the lethal, but anything noteworthy with the first burst. Oh, Vanstrong finds the purple buff against Ray. We just mentioned it, proving grounds for Ray, and already, oh no.
Oh no, indeed. The first that buff is so important. Yeah. Vanstrong getting it, because Ray did Retribution, the orange buff earlier. And I was about to say, Van was clearing faster than Ray. So the Fredrin clearing faster than Baxia is a pattern we haven't seen a lot of today. Looking at the emblems though, Super Red going still for more attack speed with the Swift. Vanstrong though, full roaming mode. He wants that movement speed. He wants to be all over the place. For Van, it's just utility. It's utility and more clear speed. This is what he does, right? He's an objective player. He doesn't really care for a lot more sustain. He doesn't want to be the main guy just tanking up and causing havoc in the front. But Chidera has the weapon mastery, so the later the game goes, more EVOS has to be a bit more concerned about that damage ramping up.
Yeah, Irithel could be the keys to unlock that late game, but still contest. The first one today, Van will step forward. Veldora behind, being chased down.
Ray not able to win that retreat battle. It's the Fredrin who wins it. Veldora, knockout strike onto Luke, forcing him back. No wild charge committed, which is quite interesting. You don't want to go for that kill. Luke just gets out.
A little bit more pacifist from EVOS. They know they have the turtle in their hands, so there is no need to go, but oh, Kadera!
Wait, possibly a solo kill up in the gold lane. Super Red forced to commit a flicker, and Chidera has so much prio.
That's the Irithel laning phase that you would expect. I think Super Red needs to be a bit more careful, just a bit. But Van now instantly trying to press the advantage. Can Ray do something? Can GEEK back him up?
Wild charge on Luke this time with a knockout strike into the glooms. And it's Vanstrong who picks up the kill. First blood. He's been a killer, man. First blood and a purple buff.
Yeah, all in his pocket. Of course, has been the threat for EVOS, constantly looking for the angles and the positioning from him. Has been solid, but Chidera up the top. Super Red 1v1. Step forward. Chidera, oh, shooting.
He does go for the Thunderbolt, so the trading really isn't as bad. And Van has failed to secure the litho, so small steps, small victories for Ray. But he's got to step up right here. His team needs it.
Yep. He has to be the main carry for the late game. Of course, the laning phase, Irithel is going to be such a menace. It's always going to be that heavy damage with the crossbow as well. So it's going to be very, very hard for Super Red to sustain this unless he has 3 players with him. Now 2 players, excuse me, it's going to be 3v2 up top as Van looks for a flank angle. Doesn't really get it though. So all good, but they have 4 players moving with their own agencies up to the top side of the map. Turtle Dance soon, 10 seconds towards the next objective as Chidera secures the first item, Haskell.
There'll be some time before Chidera will have that heavy crossbow available to use it to get out of that sticky situation, but now look at Beloy, just chunked low!
Flicker, wild charge on a Beloyski. Taken out instantly, man. The little girl didn't stand a chance against the Rock. Super Red in the mid lane, just trying to zone a boy as he tries to clear out the waves. But even here, Van Strong is trying to just zone Ray away. Van doesn't even need to retreat this. They might actually be going for an invade. Ray needs to retreat, and he does. He finds it. Luke is already low. Warlord is low too, but he still has the black shoes. EVOS are getting away with everything.
Yeah, such pesty there. Chidera though, it's gonna be fine with that execution, but Ray with the hard guard equipped with him.
Stolen away by Van. Now Ray goes over to Shield Unity onto Van Strong. They should be able to find a kill here, and yes, it is. First kill over to a boy. For a Geek fan, Vando very aggressively dashing onto a boy who still has that Astral Recall to get through the walls.
Finally a punish from Geek for the audacity of Van Strong just walking into the jungle like that. But hey, it's a great step in the right direction, but they gotta try and get some more. They do have the ideal combo to try and get a snowball going, but for that to happen, they have to try and get the picks.
There has the Purify, finally pops it. Is very low though. Will be able to escape right now as EVOS Glory tries their best to look for a siege down. Ooh, Van Strong with the conceal already earlier. No flicker to go for that wild charge, but it is a win. They get a turret for free, it seems, because Veldora is able to reach the wave, brings Luke back into turret, actually. 1 HP, Veldora might be able to get a solo kill in a 2v1. No problem for Veldora. Shield Unity now by Ray with a hard guard, tying him up, and the Astral Spear. Ray finds the kill, a trade back, but EVOS get even more prio.
Yeah.
In the mid lane, they should be able to take this turret for free. No one to clear the waves.
Well, a boy right here is forced to supplement, to complement his team because there's not enough damage. As a result, the mid lane just suffers from lack of prio as Van once again just disrespects Ray by taking his buffs away. It's not looking good for Geek, man. We talked about how a boy should be the main prio, the main pillar, but he is having a tough time.
Ray
Want to go for more right now, and I'm offended. Bringing Van Strong back. He does still have the wild charge. Ray does find the retreat. What? But the turtle spawned, so I guess EVOS Glory, they knew what they were doing. They were trying to bait out the retreat. I think for Geek, that basically means we're not going to contest.
Yep. Warlord taken down, no, has the black shoes ready, pops it. And it has been EVOS constantly putting the pressure with the proactivity. Looks for a steal from a boy, misses it. And it hasn't been a fun game to play as Ray. His jungles, or his camps were invaded. Most of the times, he didn't really have a peaceful time in the jungle, and Van jumps in for Beloyski.
Might not end up with anything happening though, unless EVOS can get a big moment. Not just yet. Chidera though, hits back.
Black shoes, Warlord is actually, almost took Chidera down.
Damn.
But they're good. Meanwhile,
Another map though.
2v1, make it a 3v1. They want to shut Veldora down. They'll do it. 2 deaths to Veldora, but it means that Super Red will be free to farm and to take turrets. A tier 2 for Veldora. I don't think that's worth it.
Yeah, tier 2 in the 7th minute, closing to 8. I feel like the tempo from EVOS has been very quick, very fast. Sure, Geek fam, the silver lining for them is this Boxia-Angela combo, but no, Van gets collapsed upon, but he's all fine. Oh, Van has to run away.
Oh, 4-man, 3-man wild charge knocked up, not able to do anything right now as Van is going to be able to sustain back up, trying to jump in, an Astral Echo revealing 4, but Van has the Appraiser's Wrath waiting for the final moment, will not pop it there, doesn't matter, Super Red finds Luke, Warlord is trying to get Chidera, pops in the black shoes right as the hard guard gets used up. Veldora is waiting for an assassination attempt, Warlord might be ran down, has a Purify, but will be gunned down by the heavy crossbow. Ray picks up the kill, Veldora looking for the flank. A good flicker out by a boy. to get out. Van, good prediction there. Forcing a Purify from Chidera as he jumps in one more time with the Appraiser's Wrath. That's what he was saving it for. Super Red has rotated from that top lane. Will try to dish out damage. Not enough to take Ray down, but it is enough to zone them away from what seems to be their purple buff. Van doesn't have Retribution. Ray does. Shouldn't be a steal. Ray secures it.
All right, finally a lull in the action. GEEK fam finally taking some control, wrestling in the way by brute force, chasing all the way into the jungle of EVOS Glory. But the same thing still stands right here. GEEK fam are trading kills for lane prio and for lane objectives, the turrets. So EVOS is happy to take those trades. They have solid late game as well. Obviously, they don't have the same kind of utility that the Novaria can bring, but they have Lilia. You have to keep in mind, that's huge AoE DPS. And for now, EVOS Glory going for the Lord, most likely will have it unless GEEK fam does something drastic here.
A level difference between the junglers. EVOS are in no rush to get this. Chidera is still up top. It does mean that GEEK fam will concede this. Van picks it up with the red tree, comboed in with the Appraiser's Wrath.
Yeah, Van Strong was just constantly zoning them out, putting the pressure as well. Has been very pesty with this Grok, not giving GEEK fam the freedom to do what they want to do. The agency has been blocked. Look at Van Strong, is on their jungle, on GEEK fam's jungle. So far, that external pressure given by this roamer has been very intense. GEEK fam, of course, looking for the picks. Of course, with the hard guard, with a roll from Ray. But this is just so hard for GEEK fam to come out from.
You have to try and get, again, one of those plays happening with the hard guard combo. That's what the draft was all about, and Warlord is low now.
That's wrong.
Whoa!
Whoa, oh, that was a super wild charge. Black shoes as well from Warlord. Weren't able to find anything there in that siege.
Yeah, Van Strong with the wild charge. Misses about a mile, but that's fine. Lord has been pushing bottom side. Has top trio as well, with the lanes pushing forward so far. EVOS, the 4.5k gold lead, will try to take even more, but that's it. That's enough for them to plunder. And they have now control of the jungles, both, and the lanes as well, pushing for them.
Looking at the item builds right here, Super Red going with the more familiar tank carry build with the Thunderbelt Endless Battle. A lot of true damage built in and a lot of sustain compared to the usual build. We'll see how that fares against this tanky composition that GEEK fam is bringing to the table, but EVOS still not willing to back down. Setting up traps here, by the way.
Yep, especially with that jungle controller they have. Of course, traps are in their way. This is going to be the name of the game for them. Warlord gets shut down, but that's all good. Of course, don't forget the new Samsung Galaxy A55 5G up for grabs now with 1.8 million. But whoa, a pull from Luke!
Onto Van Strong of all people. That's a wild charge back. The roamer is gonna fall right now with the help of the hard guard. Ray is still gonna be frontlining here, but gets shredded down still by Super Red, who Veldora is able to escape with the 2 dashes. Van is very low. Super Red finds the DHS right now as he deals more damage onto Luke, but Van is still able to dash out of that spot. And now it's 1-2-1. A jungler for Rome. Ooh! A snipe down from a boy. Almost takes Warlord down.
Yeah, constant threat with the Star Shatter as well. And that is something that at least GEEK fam can be relieved for, because a boy slowly scaling, giving the damage, can really give the poke. And this is how they usually play it. Kind of poke the frontliners, not expect them to push forward again in the fights because of the chunk HP. And that is where maybe they will pounce after those pokes come in.
You have to keep in mind as well, though, for EVOS, it's a bit more of a straightforward scaling process. For GEEK fam, there's a huge bump when the Angela in the hands of Voloisky does get some items. Afterwards, it kind of dips for a bit. The Irithel doesn't really scale the same way damage-wise, but it's still a lot more survivable utility-wise by being able to hit while moving, so he can be a lot more active in these fights. So if EVOS can really layer the crowd control and ensure that they have enough regen reduction items, it's going to be a tough late game for GEEK. This 13-minute mark is somewhat important for them to really get some momentum going for them.
Yeah, the Lord as well, very important. So far it's been EVOS with all the neutrals in their hands. Oh, Chidera zoned out!
Whoa! Still has the Purify, still has the heavy crossbow. The wild charge still saved down. That's a flicker wild charge, but a Purify from Chidera. It's going to be a boy who loses his life. Meanwhile, in the back, Ray trying to deal with Van in the back, it's still gonna be Chidera who's running away, but Super Red finds the kill. Van's still alive! Baits Luke and Ray in! And now Luke is running for the hill, gets barriered in, forced to flicker out. That's 3 members taken down for the side of GEEK fam. EVOS Glory looking to collapse into the base turret with Super Red hitting on that base turret. They should only be able to find 1 base turret, and they will be backing off to go for the Lord, but GEEK fam are all over the place.
They were fishing for the Lord. They had the engagement coming in, that little tiny angle that they were able to isolate Chidera. Not even the hard guard was able to save him, and everything just, you know, all hell breaks loose in that final fight.
That's the Lord secured for EVOS Glory. That's a great play by them to understand that, okay, you got the movement speed, you got the healing, but if we pinch you down like that, you can't get away. There's only the Purifier lasts for only so long, as Vanstrong once again attempts to steal with the barrier. Not this time, man. Not twice.
Yeah, but I think they wanted to give it to Chidera, so he distracted enough so that Ray gets it instead of Chidera.
Fair point. So small victories again for
Oh,
Vanstrong. But whoa!
Heavy crossbow, a mistap. It wasn't punished, but could have been. And now International Echo onto 4. They're looking for the siege down in the mid lane. Will be able to find a base turret. Lord up top. Still a nuisance. Still, GEEK fam have to deal with it. Chidera. Oh my god, that gave me a heart attack.
That came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You see Luke, what with the I'm offended. He's not landing a lot of these. He might be better off just saving it for a peel situation instead of using it for a main engage tool.
Shot down, Vanstrong recalled back. But I'm offended. Onto the shield unity, a good disengage with the wild charge, but Veldora's gonna be next right now. Chidera guns him down. Heavy crossbow and the astral sphere to snipe him from downtown. Now Luke looking for a pick. But EVOS Glory, they disengage with just Veldora as the sacrificial lamb.
Yep. Still hold on strong. That is the threat coming in, of course, when Chidera is able to hit all the shots, able to hit the auto attacks, of course. It's going to be very scary for him, especially when I'm pushing up with Baloyski, of course, shielding him. That is going to be the key, I think, for GEEK fam later on.
Baloyski has completed his Ice Queen's wand as well, so that's a fair bit of utility. The slows are definitely going to be difficult for Warlord, for Vanstrong after his Power of Nature to really maneuver around, to walk around with. It might even throw out some of the calculations that Veldora has and how well he can maneuver in the middle of these fights. So, I was going to say small victories as Van steals the orange buff yet again.
Yeah, and Ray retreat too. So,
pain.
The 4-level diff. It's really showing right now.
Yeah, there's a gap, of course.
Sorry, the 1-level diff.
1 level there.
Yeah, it all comes down to this meticulous details on how EVOS is able to exert pressure internally onto the players of GEEK fam. You know, not making them have retribution, especially in that timing where the neutral objective was up. And so far for Ray, again, not a fun time playing when EVOS is all over your face, just trying to exert, again, the pressure. So far, GEEK fam just defending their base, trying to push out, get out of this kind of like press coming in from EVOS, and they are trying their best. But the Lord is going to spawn, probably baits them out, but I feel like in this scenario, they don't really want to contest this Lord.
Well, look at the item difference here. With Super having the win of nature, there's not a lot of ways that GEEK can make a play happen, but they jump Warlord!
Black Shoes purify as well, and another Astral Sphere. Vanstrong finds the back, but it's only going to be Luke right now. Chidera is going to be the one shredded down with a nature popped in by Super Red. That's some healing. Super Red is low. This might be the angle to look for more fights. Van is going to be able to find that big Appraiser's Wrath. The Astral Sphere not connecting, but the Don't Run Wolf King stops Vanstrong in his tracks. EVOS Glory are running for the hills. They're getting pinched. Ray still in the back, trying to clear out the way. Meanwhile, Luke now pinching Warlord down. No Purify, still with the Black Shoes. The I'm Offended connects, and now Boy finds the hit. 2 members down for EVOS Glory.
EVOS Glory disintegrate in that fight, and now they have Prio on the Lord. Van still standing, Super Red as well, has been dishing out the damage, but that turn, that was so good as Ray jumps in. Looking for an angle, of course, but not going to be there. The hard guard equips him with extra protection. But EVOS don't want us to let this slip.
They're hesitating. Van can surely look for it. Ray is able to secure it. It's about the quality, not the quantity. He's lost every retry battle, but he's won the one that counts. EVOS Glory, they're able to find some compensation. Will GEEK Fam be able to defend this?
For sure, we'll have to see, man. EVOS has that sense of urgency. They want to end this before the Lord is even a factor. 2 death timers is more than enough as they go for it.
They're not managing the Lord well enough. EVOS are actually holding on to the Lord. They do not want it to push up. They do not want to try to attempt an N in the mid lane. Van is holding it still. He's getting very low. He's getting chunked. 14 seconds onto Luke. Now a mini wave in the mid lane coming down. Veldora is there as well. Now let's see, with Ray holding up the waves, with a boy trying to clear it out with Astral Meteor, that's a turn to Poissons as well. EVOS Glory looking for the end, Chidera going back in with a heavy crossbow, Warlord taking very low, Van is still there! What? GEEK Fam have defended a point, finds Van strong! It's a double kill on the snipe down. Veldora able to survive. EVOS Glory weren't able to end it.
They keep the walls of the base standing strong. That was an insane defense coming in from GEEK Fam. A boy picking up the double kills. And they march forward now, trying to push out the lanes that have been constantly pressed by EVOS. GEEK Fam still breathe, even under the toes of EVOS.
This is the moment that GEEK Fam has been waiting for. But keep in mind, Veldora is waiting in a very sneaky spot. Can EVOS Glory try and equalize? The goal difference has just disappeared. That is a huge moment, a huge fight. And EVOS Glory banked everything on that last fight. Let's take a look at the replay. Everyone low. Everyone goes in, but down and avoid once again. Has his eyes on the right target. Take that super red, and without that DPS, everyone scatters. And they don't really win out when it comes to mobility and utility, and they pay the price. This is still absolutely a winnable game for EVOS Glory, but that kind of mistake cannot happen again.
Arashi, was it too greedy for EVOS Glory to hold the Lord? Should they have just gambled on the Lord, going there, going up top, just leave the Lord, and then utilize it 2 ways? Because they use so many of their resources to hold and clear the Lord.
I think they should have picked one route. Either, burst down the Lord and then back away, just to make sure that the waves don't spread around and give GEEK Fam space to maneuver, or do what you said, Nico, let it pass, ignore it, and end the game. We've seen both being used to great success. In between, that's where you fall when you don't have a clear plan and you're not sure which one you're going for.
Yeah, the coin flip on how they would interact with the Lord has not gone for EVOS Glory. Super Red was eyeing for that end towards the base, but it was just all scattered. A boy was able to become the final defense line for GEEK Fam as they were so busy trying to disintegrate the front line. Now Lord Dance again ensuing. Ray rolling forward, trying to spin out and probably prepare himself for a retribution fight. This is going to be very important for both sides of the team, but Ray getting jumped on.
Wow, charge over onto Ray. That's a cut from Veldora as well. Van gonna be able to find the Appraiser's wrap, and Luke will lose his life. Veldora still in the mid lane, very low. Ray also caught in the knockup of Van. Veldora loses his life somehow. A boy finds the pick. Veldora for Luke, both XPs down. EVOS Glory find themselves in a 4v4. Ray has to recall though, has to walk all the way, and Super Red will try his best to clear this Lord, but it seems like they are also hesitating here. They don't know if they want to fully commit to it, and the decision is not to fully commit to it. They will reset once again, but if you reset, you give a boy a whole lot of a chance to do this. The playmaker.
That's a sustained gaming coming in from GEEK Fam, and they have succeeded. Despite having no base turrets, they have the prio, they have the control right here. EVOS are the ones stuck reacting with Warlord just so far away from the fight. Are they gonna go again for a huge engage? Lord at half HP.
After swinging this, the Lord is in the hands of GEEK Fam. This is going to be 50-50 again for Van. He has to step up.
Ray jumps in, Chidera as well. Van Strong gonna miss out on the wild charge. Ray gonna out with the winter truncheon now, but Van loses his life here. He's gonna lose his immortality first. Van Strong still there, going to lose the immortality, as that's gonna be a perfectly timed Astral Sphere to take Van down. Van Strong flicker defensively, Super Red very low, now dashing out. A boy trying to chase him down. Now with the Astral Meteor dealing some damage, but not able to connect onto that final shot. Down. No Van, no Ray, but the Lord was secured by EVOS Glory.
Yep, that Lord will buy them some time, pushing up the lanes, but that fight.
Veldora?
At least for Geek Fam, they're able to get it. And Veldora, oh, very close to getting caught by Chidera.
Trying his best to use the fact that he's still around as an opportunity, as a moment, but they have spotted him. With 4 members up right here, this is a Lord that can still be utilized very effectively if a boy uses all his spells to try and clear the Lord. It's at half, it's gonna get taken out.
Oh, Super Red's low! They got the marksman low, they might be able to defend this right. Now, Luke has the immortality. A boy, man, a boy is carrying Geek Fam single-handedly. He cleared the mid lane, he got Lord to half HP. Holy a boy!
That was insane. This is how he plays, of course. As the Navaria seeking out the snipes with the Astral Spheres, always not giving them the HP bars necessary to participate in the fights. A lot of the times, he's up 4K gold.
What the heck?
As the mid laner, the richest man here in Land of Dawn.
It's the kills, the shutdowns, and the clearing that he has been doing. He's already been full build for quite a while now. Double wand, slows and burns. Just for good measure to ensure the front line can't just walk up. But will it be enough though? Even now with no more boots in sight. Except for 3 other members, the main carries have went for more damage. They know that at this point, the Death Hammers are going to be so much more important. And that's where EVOS now has to make a decision. Are they going to try and bait Geek into a fight but go for the Lord, or do they want to trade for some Death Timers, especially the one on a boy? That will be the game-changing one.
Yeah, he has been untouchable at least in the past few minutes. In the past few minutes, stretching it out to 25 minutes now. As the game heralds some sort of competitiveness from both teams. They're always in the contest. They're always trying to bait it out, battle it out in the team fights. And for Super Red, he has to be more wary of the Astral Spheres coming in. He's always going to be the most susceptible member to these Astral Sphere snipes from a boy, and that could eat him from the inside. So far, they haven't been able to catch a boy playing in the backline. Always smart about his movement, and that is going to be at least something that Geek Fam can treasure in the upcoming fights. As the Lord, 8 seconds towards the time it spawns, and that is going to be some sort of a white flag, or a flag saying, come and get me. So Geek Fam first on their objective, but Van will respond.
Yeah, Geek Fam are already on the Lord right now with Super Red in the bottom lane. Do they want to commit to this? Do they want to just 50-50 it with Super Red being in the bottom lane? He didn't actually clear out the wave completely. He's building up a slow push. Ray jumps in, no Super Red so far. Chidera with a heavy crossbow, dealing some damage. Vanstrong still has the wild charge, but now gets caught in the Astral Echo as he's going to be able to use that wild charge onto Luke, but it is going to be him who falls first. Veldora looking for the flag. Oh, it's Super Red chunked again. Luke finds the winner truncheon. He's able to buy it in time. Maloyski the flicker forward, now tying Van up, trying to get him. Immobilized. Ray goes in. That's the immortality bot again as Veldora jumps in with another knockout strike. Still, both teams disengaging. Super Red is low, Van is low, Veldora is low. Heck, almost everyone.
It was a great fight from both teams, and the fact that Veldora was sent to zone a boy away really seemed to be the right call right there. But with 1 man short now, how are they going to try and fight this? Keep in mind the hard guard potential means that Geek Fam can still defend very efficiently.
Whoa! Black Shoes baited out. Ray, shield unity. Super Red still there. Luke trying to manage the waves. Beloyski is doing a lot right now. In the base, Ray gets chunked. Winter Truncheon, he has to use it here. The hard guard's gonna be ready. Ray, will he be able to find the retribution? No, he won't. Again, he is carrying this game single-handedly. When Ray can, a boy can. Puts down the Astral Meteor. That's the Winter Truncheon bought in time. Veldora very low. The Astral Meteor again taken away. The Immortality finds a snipe down at the Veldora. That's the Winter Truncheon. Again, Luke. Now, Super Red with a flicker forward. A boy buys the Immortality. Loses it just in time as well. Luke gonna buy some time. Winter Truncheon by a boy trying to save this game. But in the base, it is open. Veldora finds the end angle. Despite everything a boy has done, EVOS come out on top.
Almost is never enough. A boy gave his heart and soul for that match, for that game. He was the shining star, but it all went right for EVOS. The lanes were pushing, and Veldora saw that timing to just